Hello! How's it going? Hope it's good. Hope it's fantastic. So, what's the word of the day? The word of the day is capricious, which means unpredictable. Yeah, unpredictable. Like me. So, the makeup tutorial today is going to be a half-face zombie tutorial, which is latex free, which for me is fantastic. And I'll explain in a second, but this is actually my go-to look whilst I'm at work, because it is extremely easy to do once you know how to do it. It's easy to apply, it's quick, and the most important bit to me, it's easy to remove. And it's far less painful to take off than liquid latex. So it's winning in all aspects of life, which is a big thumbs up for me. Don't know if you've all, don't know, you may have seen my first full face zombie tutorial where I did actually use liquid latex. I'd never had a problem with that one. I've never actually had a problem with liquid latex in the past, but after doing that video, I had quite a bad reaction to it. So I don't know if I'm allergic. If I am, then it's quite a late onset of an allergic reaction, or allergy as it were. So I thought after that happened, there must be others out there that would love to do the whole zombie thing, but can't really do it because of all the latex tutorials. So, I'm giving you an easy option as to how you can do it to look like this. So, for this tutorial I will be using Artex, which looks like this. It comes in two pots. You've got component A and component B. I'll explain how to use it before I start the tutorial, because if you don't use it right, you're in some serious trouble, essentially. There are other options that you can use. You can use 3rd degree, but it's actually quite difficult to come by where I live. The shop that I usually go to actually just discontinued 3rd degree, so I can't get it anymore. You can use Sculpt Gel. I hate Sculpt Gel though, but you can use it. If it works for you, it works for you. You do you, I'll do me. Gelatin molds, sculpting gel, I think I just said that, I did. Life. Or you can use Artex, which is a silicone based mold. It's like a compound, and you mix the two together to create a skin-like effect. But you have to be very careful with this, because if you cross-contaminate in the pots, it destroys the entire pot. So you gotta be careful. Which is why when I am using Artex, I have 3 separate palette knives that I use. One, because you've got 2 components, you've got component A and component B. So I have one palette knife labelled A, one palette knife labelled B, and then I have a 3rd palette knife, which is labelled N. I don't know if you can see that, but it's labelled N for neutral, so that I know that that is my mixing knife, and the other 2 can only be used in the corresponding pots, so that they do not destroy my life. For the tutorial I will be using water-based paints. I won't be using alcohol-based paints. It's just a preference, you can use either, but I wanted to try some out that I haven't used before. One of them being Funky Foxes, because it looks pretty snazzy. That being said, this really this particular paint is apparently, it's called Palest Flesh, but I don't know if you can notice. Let's do a match right here. Oh, actually on camera it does look quite pale. but it's kind of similar to my skin tone. So, that being said, I am so pasty, I'm basically dead. So this should work. If not, if anything, I've just got myself a brand new foundation. Black, red and green water-based paints. Dark red Bruise Gel. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, then you'll see that there's a theme with this bad boy. Because I couldn't find my other one, so I'm going to be using Tooth Enamel as well. In, I believe, brown. Without further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? To start this look, you will need to apply a light base to your face and extend it down your neck, something that is lighter than your natural skin tone. Then, using red paint, mark out where you want your Artex to be applied. Then, once you're happy with your base, go ahead and mix both components from your Artex together so that you can start applying it to your face. When applying the Artex to your face, make sure to apply it in small areas at a time and to work at a fast pace, as Artex does tend to dry quite quickly. Spread the Artex over the red paint that you applied earlier, kind of like you would butter to bread. Once you have applied Artex to the main area of your face, go ahead and take your palette knife and stipple over this area. This will give it an uneven and raised look, which will make the zombie flesh look more infected. As I said earlier, Artex does dry quite quickly, so you do want to work at a fast pace with this. This is why I recommend that you do the main part of your face first, before going on to apply Artex to the smaller parts of your face and neck. Go ahead and mix more Artex and apply to the smaller areas of your face and neck, spreading on first and then stippling after. Once you're finished, if you have any more Artex left over, you can then go over some of the areas that you have already applied Artex to. This will give the look a little bit more depth, so the more you build, the more depth you will bring. If you want, you can always finish the look here, as the base for this zombie look is actually very good to use as a very realistic burn. If not, then continue on with the next steps. Before continuing on with the next steps, make sure that your Artex is set. To do this, just tap your fingers over the areas. It should feel tacky, but it shouldn't come away in your hands. Next, take the red paint and start stippling onto the Artex in random places. Then, using the finer tip of a sponge, go ahead and apply black again in random places. This would also be a good place to end if you are looking for more of a burn look than a zombie look. But it's totally up to you. You can continue on with the next steps if you are going for the zombie vibe. Then go in with that green paint and once again stipple onto random places. Then, using the same green paint again, use it as a border to line your zombie flesh. By now you may have noticed that the Artex has created crevices in the skin effect. If you can't find them, just use your finger to tap along the Artex to find these ridges. These are going to be useful in just a second. Using a fine brush, take the red paint and add it to the crevices. Then use your finger to blend it out. So this part is completely optional. You can then take some of the Artex and peel it away from the skin to make it look like the flesh is falling off of your face. The best thing about this is that if you're not happy with the way that it looks once you've peeled it away from the skin, you can just put it back to where it originally was. Artex is quite sticky, so it will adhere to your skin. So if you are doing these steps, then you will need to colour these in as well to match them up with the rest of your rotting flesh. So take the green paint on your finger and dab it into these areas and onto the skin flaps as well. Then go ahead and add some black to these areas and then go in again with your finger and add some red. Then take a small amount of red paint onto your finger and apply it underneath both of your eyes to give you the dead don't sleep kind of look. You can also go in with the tiniest amount of black paint just to deepen the effect. Now it's time to go in with that dark red bruise gel or blood, whichever you prefer, paying particular attention to those crevices that we created, as well as those skin flaps. If you didn't use this technique, then you can just dot the blood or bruise gel wherever you deem fit. You can also then use that bruise gel to disperse around the rotting flesh of your zombie face. This will also help blend it in with the rest of your normal skin. This next bit is also completely optional, but I really think it brings the whole look together. So take your tooth enamel, I'm using brown, and dab it onto your teeth. Don't wipe, dab instead, as this will give it an uneven textured look. And it will also mean that the brush will eventually start to pick away at some of the pieces so you don't have a solid block of brown all over your teeth. Tooth enamel is extremely quick to dry. It probably takes about a minute for it to set onto your teeth, but it does mean that you have to sit around looking like a complete lunatic for a little while. That being said, we are making zombie magic, therefore I think it's a small price to pay. And what better way to make yourself feel more like a fool than to go and post it on Instagram and share it with the whole world. Making magic, guys. Remember, we're making magic. Then once the tooth enamel has dried, you can use your fingernail to scratch off some of the excess if you aren't happy with the way that it's set. And applying contacts is completely optional. And this is the finished look. Pretty gross, right? If you are interested, I have added a few bloopers at the end of this video. And by a few, I mean bloopers as long as my CV. So if you are interested, stick around. So that's everything, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this has been useful, especially for those who cannot use liquid latex and are trying to find a better alternative. I really like Artex. It's a really quick and easy alternative to liquid latex, and it doesn't hurt when you take it off, which is a bonus, and especially as a scare actor it doesn't sweat off, which is an added bonus because then you don't have to reapply it and it stays on all day. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this is my go-to look because it's quick and it's easy to do and you can have fun with it and play around with it. It's pretty fun. So if you liked it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so that I know you've enjoyed it, and then I might do more like this. If you don't, then that's cool too. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. But if you don't like it, don't watch it, you know? That's all I'm saying. But if you do like it, make sure to subscribe as well. Come and join the madness, as it were, and stay awesome, guys. Next tutorial, I'm thinking, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen my last zombie photo, and it's probably going to be inspired from that. I've been experimenting a lot at work, so it's going to be something along those lines. See if I can do a little bit of a better job than I did at work. But yes. I got nothing. Bye. So today, to do this, I'm just gonna take the price tag off of this bad boy. Give me 1 second. Sticky labels. Boom. Amazing. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. No! I picked up a tester. As if this is my life. Seriously. I won't name and shame your shop, but you should have noticed. You should have known better. Actually, I didn't even pick it up. You gave... Oh. What's done is done. Just rage and move on. Okay, I'm over it. Right. The sun has got his hat on. Hip 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out today. See, as much as I love these contacts, you cannot see shit. Like, you can see absolutely nothing, and I know I put my phone down somewhere in this vicinity, but I cannot see where it is. Hashtag first world problems. Everybody's happy. Hip 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 hooray, the sun has got his hat on and he's coming out today. Nearly popped out of contact. Oh, right. Blink more. Blink more. Ah! All the little boys excited, all the little girls delighted. What a lot of fun for everyone, sitting in the sun all day. Hey! So until next time, guys, stay awesome. That's too much. Bye! Oh, my phone!